Hello everyone and welcome to Anime Replay. On this channel we'll be talking about everything and anything anime. If you enjoy the content, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and since we have completed the anime up to their current episodes, there will be spoilers. With housekeeping out of the way, today we will be discussing a few of our favorite romance anime and why we love them. Good romance anime are hard to find, but one of our favorite romance anime of the last season is easily Horimiya. The basic premise is that everyone wears a mask, because, it's COVID season, and they're hiding their true selves from the public. But in the first episode, we see that that's not all this show has to offer. It pulls you in through relatable circumstances such as bullying and not feeling confident in yourself. As the show goes on, relationships develop, and we also see them deal with young love and the uncertainty that comes with it. In one particular episode, Hori and Miyamura do the deed. And in subsequent episodes, we see jealousy and vulnerability from both of them. But that vulnerability makes them feel more human. They aren't the only characters that grow either. Each character gets enough screen time and insight that we actually care about the relationships and care when special moments happen. While Horimiya does romance extremely well, Tonikawa doesn't hit every note perfectly, but it definitely does what almost all romance anime never do. In Tonikawa Over the Moon for You, we see main boy Nasa push main girl Tsukasa out of the way of an oncoming truck on the snowy full moon night. After suffering what was most likely a life-ending blow to his body, causing him to bleed from his head, he wakes up and runs to try and find the girl who he saved. When he does finally find her, bleeding and all, he promises to marry her. She fulfills that promise after they become of age. And that's right, within the first episode, they move in together and get married. No waiting to hold hands, no long-lost search for Firewood-kun to disrupt a kiss. They are married. But they also know nothing about each other. So just as they learn about each other, we learn about them. Of course, not everything goes according to plans, such as when their apartment burnt down. But NASA was prepared with his insurance coverage and being able to move him and his wife into a local bathhouse, because over the years, NASA has helped their business stay relevant out of the kindness of his heart, so the family returns the favor by having NASA and his wife stay there. Both of these instances showed Tsukasa how responsible and how great of a person he is. So as she learned about him, so did we. And the payoff isn't the will they, won't they, because they already have. It's seeing the growth of a relationship from literally nothing to something organic. Unlike Nasa from Tonikawa, our next guy isn't a very likable person. Kazuyo Kinoshita from Rent-A-Girlfriend is cringe personified. In the very first minute, we see this guy fall in love with everyone's favorite girl to hate, Mami Nanami. Kazuya falls in love with Mami too fast. Way too fast, because he's buying her things and taking her out to bars and discussing what their kids' names would be, only to have his heart broken shortly after. He is a broken man with a bunch of used tissues around his trash can. He finally decides to look up rental girlfriends and books a date at a cafe and aquarium with best girl Chizuru Ichinose. He has a perfect date with her, and after she leaves, he looks on the rental site and sees all of Chizuru's date reviews from other men. Thinking that he was played after everything with Mami he had done, he booked himself a second date with her. They go back to the aquarium where our main guy embarrasses himself by telling Chizuru how fake she is and how she does this with everyone, taking his pain from Mami out on Chizuru. Now, Chizuru doesn't take this laying down. During the ass chewing she dishes, Kazuya gets a phone call. He answers to find out his grandma is in the hospital, and Chizuru sticks with Kazuya since he paid for the time and partly because she's best girl for a reason. They both end up in a hilariously tangled situation in which we find out Chizuru's grandma is also in the same hospital and is friends with Kazuya's grandma. They both lie to their grandparents, and that snowball of lies just builds until eventually Kazuya's family and friends are all involved in one way or another, mostly due to his constant lying, but we get glimpses that he may be a good guy. One particular moment is when he jumps off a ferry after Chizuru faints and falls into the water. On his way up while swimming back to safety, he passes out, causing Chizuru to give him CPR on shore. A heroic glimpse of his potential, if only he could give up the lies. One thing I forgot to mention about Rent-A-Girlfriend. In Rent-A-GF, everyone goes to university, and another anime that takes place in university is Goldentime. The benefit of the plot taking place in a university are that the characters are adults and having more adult situations. And even though there are these adult situations such as joining a cult, what this anime does well above most is the handling of the main character's amnesia. Tadabanri had an accident where he fell off a bridge in high school, and as we go through the show, we find out that the past him, before the amnesia, fell in love with his childhood friend, Linda. After the amnesia, he starts to develop his own life again, and in the university starts to fall for his best friend's ex-yandere girlfriend, Coco. After they broke up, Banri and Coco ended up dating. Coco knows there is something in the way of moving the relationship forward, but she can't figure it out, which leads her to snooping around Banri's apartment, and she finds a picture of Linda. Coco and Banri continue dating, with Banri's past and current conscious fighting for control, leading to him having this conflicting emotion between Coco and Linda. They do amnesia super well, and it doesn't hurt that the creator also made Toradora. Finally, we have to do our rom-com genre justice, and what better anime than Kaguya Sama Love is War? With Love is War, we get exactly what the anime is going for in the very first minutes. Essentially, whoever says, "I love you," first in a relationship is seen as the submissive in that relationship, while the other controls it all, hence the name Love is War. In this series, we get a scoreboard of sorts as to who wins a match of love, and it's almost always involving the side characters of the student council. This show definitely deals more calm than rom, but when the rom hits, ooh, it hits different. Then there was this scene where the president of the student council, Miyuki Shirogane, goes above and beyond by using his money that he worked hard for to go see the end of a festival for Kaguya. No, they didn't kiss, but the build over the season up to that moment led to an extremely satisfying conclusion. Even the other characters get a chance to shine, such as Chika with that viral Chika dance, or Yu Ishigami with his touching backstory. Every character gets a chance to shine, showing why this rom-com is not to be taken as just a cookie-cutter seasonal anime. And that does it for our favorite romance anime. Not every anime in this genre is great. Actually, some are far from it. But these are the ones that pulled at our heartstrings and showed us there was more than just tropes. Some will make you laugh, and others might cause self-reflection, but hopefully this video made you feel something. And if you did, consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel so you can be a part of everything we make. See you next time, nerds.